What's going on, everybody? Today I just want to do a little one of my editorial videos that I like to do every now and again. But unfortunately, the topic today is something I don't really want to talk about, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. And if you spend any time in the online movie sphere, you've probably heard one or two people talk about it thus far. And that is, of course, this conspiracy theory that has really no logical backing about how Marvel is supposedly paying off critics to give their movies favorable reviews while simultaneously giving DC films negative reviews, regardless of how they actually felt about the movie, just based on their studio affiliation. Right off the bat, if you're one of the people who believes that, one of the people who are telling other people that they should believe that, I'm sorry, my friend, but you are a plank. And a plank is an idiot. You know, a popular YouTube critic by the name of Grace Randolph. I'm not trying to bash Grace right here, but she's a prominent figure, and I think what she's doing is a good example of what the problem is. You see, a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was just a week ago, she made some allegations against a couple prominent YouTube critics, online film critics, basically that they were part of this anti-DC conglomerate and that they were accepting bribes and payments from Marvel to bash DC films. Oh, I don't know too much about Grace. I've never watched any of her videos personally, but I can tell you, just based on what she said against a couple people, she doesn't know what she's talking about in this case. One of the people I have followed for a good amount of time is a man by the name of John Campea, who is formerly of AMC Movie Talk and now formerly of Collider Movie Talk, and who's going to be starting a new show with Comic-Con's new streaming service, Comic-Con HQ. And basically, if you follow John for any amount of time, you've seen that he goes to a lot of red carpet premieres for various movies of various studios. So with that in mind, you would find it puzzling when Grace Randolph comes out and says that because he went to the Captain America Civil War premiere on the red carpet, that he has an anti-DC bias and a pro-Marvel agenda. Once again, if you do about 5 minutes of research, you will find that John Campea is actually a very large DC fan. He obviously loves the Dark Knight trilogy and is one of the biggest fans I know of Man of Steel. Personally, I like Man of Steel a lot, and he calls Man of Steel a masterpiece. So take that for what it's worth. And even more recently, he is one of the very few people I know on the online sphere that actually likes Batman v Superman quite a bit and defends it on a regular basis. So that being said, given that he goes to many red carpet premieres for many different studios' movies and has given very favorable reviews to Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, I don't know what you're talking about when you say he in particular has a anti-DC agenda. It just doesn't make any sense. Now you could say I have a bias because I followed John Campea for a while and don't really know much about Grace Randolph. But I mean, the facts are facts, regardless of bias. That's the facts. So take that for what it is. But I mean, let's dig a little deeper here on a more broad scale. That is, the thought of Marvel paying off critics to bash DC films makes no sense at all, really. I mean, think about it. Marvel and DC are essentially two sides of the same coin. So throwing one side of the coin into the fire isn't going to help the coin as a whole, right? So the coin as a whole is the comic book movie genre. On one side you have Marvel, on one side you have DC. So let me ask you this. If a casual movie fan who doesn't see a lot of movies every year goes in to watch Batman v Superman and has a great time, a great theater experience, loves the movie, what do you think the chances are that he wants to go see Captain America Civil War? Do you think his Batman v Superman experience helped or didn't help the chances of him going to see Captain America Civil War? You would say it helped it, right? Right, because you're a logical person. That makes sense. No, you wouldn't say I went and saw Batman v Superman, had a great time, and there's another one of those kind of movies coming out later? Fuck, I don't want to see that shit. Ugh. It's DC. Ugh, it's Marvel. Ugh. No, that doesn't make any sense. Now, on the contrary, what these conspiracy theorists are suggesting is that someone's going to go watch Batman v Superman and not like it, and then read reviews about how it sucks, and that's going to make them want to go see a Marvel movie. What? What? Come on now. So these people are trying to tell you that a bad Batman v Superman movie is going to make it more likely for someone to go see Captain America Civil War. I don't think so. Marvel wants DC films to do well because that means the comic book movie genre as a whole is doing better, which in turn will make the Marvel movies more money. A rising tide raises all ships, right? If comic book movies are doing well, in turn, that means Marvel movies are doing well. A bad DC movie hurts the comic book genre. It just does, which in turn, because Marvel's part of that, will hurt Marvel. So this idea that Marvel would want to pay off critics to bash DC films makes no fucking sense. It just doesn't. I'll tell you this right now. Captain America Civil War is going to make a lot of money. It's going to make a lot of money both domestically and worldwide. But you know what? It would have made more had Batman v Superman done a lot better as well. If someone says they like pizza more than they like tacos, does that mean they have a hidden agenda against tacos? I wouldn't think so. That'd be odd. And then once again, though, it's okay to like both of those. Did you know that? You can like pizza and tacos, right? But it's also okay to like one more than the other, too. That's just okay. You know, film is a subjective art. It's subjective in nature. You can't quantifiably measure how good a film is, right? Art hits people a certain way. It hits people different ways. You know, you can't tell someone they're wrong for liking a movie. You just can't. There's no measurable way to do so. It's only a matter of time before this online hate and these personal attacks on people is going to result in something very unfortunate and something tragic. You know, online bullying is real. Feelings are real. And, you know, we like to think these online people and online critics and personalities are immune to hate, but they're not. Hate affects everyone. I just ask that everybody be respectful of other people's likes and dislikes, and everyone has a right to their own opinion, regardless of how you feel about it. There's no need to get personal and cocksucker this and motherfucker that, and it's just stupid. It makes you look stupid. It brings down all of us. It makes this whole space, this whole business look juvenile. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about this, but I feel like it does need to be addressed because it's plaguing the industry, quite frankly, and it pisses me off. I know it pisses a lot of people off, and I just don't like to see it, quite frankly. I guess that's all just a long-winded way of saying there's no anti-DC bias among the critics. Marvel is not paying anybody off because that'd be counterproductive, and that you should all be respectful of other people's opinions, because I'm sure you have some opinions that other people don't like too, and you don't want people to call you out on it just because you feel a certain way, because you're entitled to your own opinion. I'm really interested to see what you guys all have to say, so please comment what you thought about this issue. Do you agree with me? What flaws do I have in my argument? I'd be interested to see what you have to say. Like always, please follow me on social media, on Twitter at Dominick Summa, on Instagram at DomSum, Snapchat Dominick_Summa4, and please subscribe to the channel, like the videos that you like, share what you like, and because it really does help me out. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.